Hi everyone, my name is Jodi. I am in Barbie. This is just crazy. Okay, so let's go back to the start. I filmed Barbie last year. It was filmed in London and Watford. Was cast in Barbie last March, which is just nuts and crazy. We didn't really know, well, we did know it was for Barbie, but we didn't know how iconic it was going to be. I don't know if that makes sense, but we just didn't really know what to expect. So my casting, so I got the train from Glasgow to London. I then made my way to Watford, which is just a little bit outside London, I think. I'm saying I think, I actually spent 3 months there, so I should really know where it is, but was like praying and praying, like I knew it was going to be an amazing thing to be a part of. But also I'm kind of in the mindset now with like modelling jobs that if I don't get it, it's not meant to be. And I know that's easier said than done, and especially after I've got it, but I do really think that a lot with all the other jobs that I go up for. I kind of just think like if it's not meant for me, then it was meant for someone else and they needed it more. So yeah, so I guess it's kind of a good mindset to have because it's a tough industry and you need to have thick skin or you'll just cry every time you get a no. We were told to stand in a line. I guess they were looking for like mostly everyone that was there was either from like an acting agency but also did modelling, I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, or from a modelling agency. We literally were told to wear like jeans and a t-shirt, I'm pretty sure. We turned up, I don't think we were allowed to wear makeup, or it was like really light makeup. No, we weren't allowed to wear makeup because we didn't actually have a lot of makeup on in the film. So I guess that's something to do with like the filming cameras, and it was the same for all the actors. Like even when I was looking at people in the main cast, which we'll get onto, they weren't actually wearing loads of makeup, which is so depressing. See what Margot Robbie looks like with no makeup on. We filmed for 3 months. 3 months? Yeah, when we started, there was already like a group of dancers there and they had been there for I think like a month before us or maybe more than that. But everyone was just so welcoming. Like that is one thing I would say. The set and the team, we came in obviously later and they'd already been working together, but we were really included. Oh my god, this lady is looking at me. I'm actually dying. It was kind of just like a normal casting, and they went up and down the line and then they called a few people back. I was one of them, but we didn't actually know what that was for. They didn't really say anything. They just stood and spoke and we just stood behind them. A few of the other girls came back and we didn't actually know what they were like, if they were saying yes or no at that time, but obviously being called back is like a positive. And I got the call to say I'd booked Barbie, I think that night. It was really fast the way it all happened. I literally just went straight into doing the filming. The timetable for filming was quite all over the place, as in we didn't know like dates we were needed. We didn't know how often we were going to be needed at the start. It ended up being like pretty much every week. The first month was maybe a bit all over the place, and then after that we were in like pretty much every week. Filming started at 6 a.m. Most days we had to be there for then. Some days we would get lucky, it would be a bit later, and we'd film till honestly, it was different every day. Some days like you would wait. It was a lot of waiting about, I will say that. Disclaimer, there was a lot of waiting. There was a lot of sleeping in the tent, sleeping backstage because we were there so early. It was so fun and I honestly wouldn't have changed any of it for the world. The laughs that we had in that like tent room were honestly so funny. Like we're making up all sorts of rubbish, like singing songs to each other, rap battles, like because we were so like delirious, because we were just all you had was like you could bring whatever you wanted in, but obviously you just sit on your phone or you're like chatting to each other. We actually had such good weather because it was from March until July. So it was really hot. Like we had like a month where it was like really, really good weather, rarely rained, and we sat outside and sunbathed. It was just so fun. Like I will honestly cherish those memories that I made with those girls and all the Kens for the rest of my life. It's actually crazy. Like I still can't believe that I'm in the Barbie film. Like it's just crazy. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for all the love on my TikToks. I mean, I actually cannot believe like 4.5 million just now views. Actually crazy. So my first question, I'm trying so hard to set like good posture, but I think it's just like I just don't have good posture. Someone asked about my background and like how I got into the film. How did I get involved? And yeah, so basically I have did like acting and singing and dancing since I was like 3. My degree is actually in musical theatre, and I started modelling when I was 14. Then I stopped for a while, and then I got signed in Manchester about 2 years ago now, and that is the agency that I'm currently with who got me this job. I received the casting and I said I was available. I actually, even though I have that musical theatre background, it had nothing to do with me getting the Barbie film, because all the other girls are from a modelling agency and they don't have a musical theatre background, so that honestly had nothing to do with it. I knew I wasn't hired to be an actress to sing or dance on the set. My role was I was hired as a model, which I just still can't get over it. It's actually crazy. It's just nuts. I only just signed with that agency. So I signed with my agency in December and the casting was in March. So lucky girl syndrome. We didn't really have like dates. Like I kind of just had to like be free and available. And obviously like the job was that big that I was like, I literally have no other commitments. Like I am free to film whenever. And all the other girls were the same. Like we just didn't care about anything else in our life at that moment. We just wanted to be in the film. So I think with jobs like that, you have to, if it means that much to you, then you just have to be like free. Because I think that was like a big part of booking it, was just being like available to film, and them knowing that you were going to turn up and be free, because it's pretty all over the place with dates. Next question. Can you give us a day in the life? Of course I can. So we would get there on set at whatever time we're told, whatever our call time was. So let's say 6 a.m. We would turn up to set, go straight to costuming, change into like a pink fluffy robe. This sounds like I'm making it up, but we actually all had pink fluffy robes and all the boys had blue fluffy robes, all the Kens. And then we would put all our own clothes like on our hanger for the day. We all had our names on hangers. I filmed like a TikTok kind of like day in the life, and you can see like the pictures of everything step by step on there if you want to have a look. Then we would head to hair and makeup. So that's where like obviously we'd be turned into a Barbie, which is crazy. So we'd be handed like a sheet, which was like it was kind of like a call sheet. It had our pictures on it. So when we went for a hair and makeup trial prior to filming that scene, we'd get pictures taken in the hair and makeup, so that when we went to hair and makeup to film that scene for like the 1 or 2 weeks we'd film it, we would look exactly the same. So our hair would be the same, because it was all based on like the picture we got taken from the trial. I'm trying to think how many Barbies I had. 1, 2, 3. I think I had 7 Barbies. Obviously couldn't see them all in the film. There's a few that didn't make the cut. No hard feelings, Greta. It was kind of really natural makeup. Like, we had flawless filter. We didn't have like, I love an eyebrow gel, if you can't tell, but we didn't have eyebrow gel on set. It wasn't like this. It wasn't like the way you would do your makeup, which is another point about modeling. You kind of have to, like, even if you don't like your makeup on set or don't like your makeup on a job, you kind of just have to like tell yourself you love it, because you have to do a good job, so you can't feel like you look rubbish, kind of thing. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. We had eyelashes. We did have eyelashes. That was probably the most dramatic thing about the makeup. My hair stayed the exact same for every doll that I had, which all my friends got like crazy cool, like different hairstyles for each outfit, and they just loved mine so much that they just wanted to keep it the same. So my hair ended up being like big, massive wavy curls, and they were all like fluffed out. And the thing with the Barbie hair is, if you look at a Barbie, their hair is like obviously way bigger than their body. It's like what makes kind of up the doll. Like, the doll's just obviously just like that, and then their hair comes like out and is way like bigger than their head. And I don't really know how to say this, but yeah, so it's my own hair color, and they just matched like hair extensions to my hair. I mean, they had like every hair extension you could imagine. There was every single hair color, every single like extension known to man in that hair and makeup tent, which the amount of money is just ridiculous. So I had 2 packs of clip-ins in my hair. You can actually imagine how heavy that was to film for 3 months with that. And sometimes like at lunch and stuff, the hair and makeup team would come and just lift the bottom to like release like the tension. I've had like so much love on my hair, which, thank you guys. So a lot of the time my hair was done by like 3-4 people, because it was so big and there was so much to cuddle, and like every piece had to. But yeah, I mean, it stayed in all day, and I can never get my hair to stay in, so I don't know what wizardry they use, but clearly I'm just rubbish at doing my own hair, which, that's great. Did you meet the cast? Yes, I did meet the cast. I didn't meet Dua Lipa or John Cena, because they filmed their bit separate to everyone. It wasn't like a full casting, because obviously they were both in the ocean, so it was like CGI. So I guess they filmed on days that we weren't in. But I met everyone else, and honestly, nothing but good reviews. Like, my family and stuff have been like, oh, what were they like, my friends, but so nice. Like, considering that we thought like maybe people would be grumpy because we started so early and stuff, like there was no divas, everyone was just so nice. And Margot Robbie, she has to be like the most beautiful woman in the world. There's just no doubt about it. She is unbelievable looking. Like, would turn up to set with no makeup on. So the first time I seen her, she like walked past the food cart and she looked like an angel floating. She's just insane. And I feel like she is so Barbie. She's so Barbie. Like, there couldn't have been anyone else that could have played it. The last scene we filmed with Will Ferrell, he's literally like Buddy the Elf in person. In between takes and stuff, he would be like making everyone laugh, and yeah, he's really funny. What Barbie scenes were you in? So I was in, so my first Barbie was for the beach scene. That's like the very first scene we done. My Barbie wore like a purple swimming costume with a little sarong and like wedges. I was on one of the sun loungers, but I wasn't seen in the film. The sand was actually like acrylic pink, like wavy sand, so it was rock solid, and it was so wavy that it was so hard to walk onto the set. And that was like the first time we kind of met everyone and met the Kens and met the other Barbies that had already been filming, and we had to walk across the sand towards them because obviously we were like later coming in and they'd been filming this scene, and we all looked like we couldn't walk in a straight line / wet ourselves. It was like that, and it was rock solid. So that was really great fun. What a great first impression. My second Barbie was, I'm trying to think of like the order of this. My second Barbie, I think I went straight into French Maid. So that was the Mojo Dojo Casa House. This is like, I know this isn't the same order as the film, but it was the order that like I filmed my Barbies in, so it's just for memory for me. Joe Casa House, I was a French maid. I am like fluffing the pillows in the back, but I also filmed with me and a girl called Alana. Shout out Alana. We were both Barbie French maids, and me and Alana are both blonde. So I think it's me in the back fluffing the pillows. Could be Alana, but I've definitely told all my family and friends it's me, so sorry Alana. So we both like did the same thing. Obviously we're both French maids, but we're both blurred, so like, yeah, I'm just gonna tell people it's me. My third Barbie was in the pink like gingham dress. That was for the waving Barbie off to go to the real world. So, you know, when they've got the banner in the back, you can see me in that. And my fourth Barbie, my next Barbie, that was the last one, pretty sure. That was a red dress, and that's the finale scene with like Will Ferrell, and when Ruth comes back and she enters Barbie Land. I was on top of the dream house at the back, so when we're all waving to Barbie and Ruth, I'm in the red dress on the left hand side of the screen. I had to have it memorised to like show my family and friends, because obviously I'm in the background, like you wouldn't be able to see me otherwise if I didn't point it out. Which, can I just say, I am terrified of heights to the point where I'm like profusely sweating, my tummy goes really weird, I like go really dizzy, and I'm like swaying. And I still said yes, because you don't say no to Greta. Go up to the second floor of the dream house on this tiny plastic staircase. I really took one for the team there so that I could be seen in the film. And then my last Barbie is the iconic sanitation Barbie, trash bin Barbie, garbage girl Barbie, bin Barbie. I've had it all, and I really love that we're making a name for her. When I say she was so last minute, like we didn't think that was going to be in the film. It actually got refilmed the next day, and me and Maddie, who is my lovely bin lady Barbie bestie, she was in the green. We couldn't make it in the next day to film, and the filming ran late, and they were going to refilm it. So when we saw it in the film, we were like, how did this make the cut? Because there was no way we thought that was going to be in there. Like, we had it in our head, it had been refilmed. That was like the best surprise. I'm pretty sure that was all my Barbies. But yeah. Okay, so how many retakes did it take for you to do your parts on the camera? So the scene that I filmed with Maddie, that was like, I want to say we did that like 7 times. I've also got like, what's your favorite scene from the Barbie film that you filmed? I want to say like that was probably my favorite, just because it was literally me and Maddie on the set. Maddie was the other garbage girl Barbie in the green, and we filmed that. It was literally just me and her on the set with all the directors and like this massive like film camera, movie camera, and it was so special. Like, imagine being on a set, just you two, and like you're filming, like they were literally just filming me and her. It was crazy. And it was so, like, it's such a core memory. I mean, the whole thing was a core memory, but like that just was, because it was just us two and we were just so excited. So yeah, that was cute. And it was also like the last scene we filmed out of everything. What is a fun fact about filming the Barbie film that no one else would know about? So, okay, I've got one. So every week we were given a dessert cart from the main cast. So I think it was every Friday. It was like a Friday treat. We were like given a cart on set, like backstage, by the main cast. So it was like crepes, waffles, and they would be from like Margot Ryan, like Ariana, like America. They were all from the main cast. We had an ice cream truck, donuts, fondue, like chocolate fondue. Like that is so kind, and like it just shows you what a nice cast that they were to work with. We were basically body foundationed every day. It was like a foundation paste mixed with like an oil, and it was like rubbed on us all with a brush. We all stood in our underwear or whatever we're wearing for that day, like that was basically like our underwear. And we were all in the hair makeup tent, like brushed down with this foundation. So we're like mattified almost. I don't really know how to describe it. And then we sunbathed with that on. So we weren't really sunbathing, we were just like sitting in the sun, you know. Definitely could not get a tan through that. It was like industrial. At the end of the day, we all stood in like a line, like all the Barbies and Kens, again in our underwear, and we were like rubbed down with oil and a flannel, like a warm flannel. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was like a spa treatment. And also in like all of our costumes, we had like boob cones, because you know, like Barbies have like, if you look at a Barbie, they have like pointy boobs. And so we had pointy boobs. Can I just say that that is the type of detail that like Greta put into the movie? Like we were literal Barbie dolls because of the details that were put into it. But yeah, that's a fun fact. We all had boob cones. Well, I think we all did. I definitely did. But yeah, my favourite memory is probably just like the time that I spent with everyone. Let's bear in mind that I didn't know anyone before I started this film. And I ended up meeting 3 girls that are like, I mean, I met loads of girls doing the film and everyone was just so lovely. I've met friends for life for sure. But 3 girls with my agency, we've just become so close, and like I just know they're going to be in my life forever. And I just can't wait to tell my grandkids how we met. Like I met, this is your auntie, whoever, and I met her on the Barbie set. Me and my whole family went on the Sunday after it came out, and we all wore pink to the cinema, and they were just so proud of me. Yeah, dreams come true, guys. That is a summary of all the questions. I've kind of tried, I did honestly have loads, and I hate when people say that on like YouTube and things. This video would literally be like over an hour long if I included them all. I'm so grateful for all the lovely comments, and thank you for being so nice about it. We'll never get over this, and it's crazy. If you have any more questions, please message me on Instagram. I'd love to answer them, or on TikTok as well. I'll link both my Instagram and TikTok below, and I'll definitely be posting more BTS. I've got loads still to post, and yeah, thank you again, and I hope you enjoyed it, and lots of love. Thank you.